Let's talk Tanya for the 22nd of Kislev of a leap year. In today's Tanya, we are going to conclude the author's foreword to the Tanya, which we started yesterday. In yesterday's Tanya, the Alter Rebbe began by addressing the concerns that the Chassidim would inevitably have with the publication of the Tanya. He knew the Chassidim wouldn't be so excited about the publishing of the Tanya because up until that point, when the Chassidim had an issue, a question in the service of God, they would go into the Alter Rebbe for a meeting, for a Yechidus, where they would receive their answers. And now the answers are in a book and they're going to be missing out on that individual attention, which they felt they wanted and they needed. And nevertheless, the Alter Rebbe says, here's the Tanya, I am publishing it. Practically speaking, the Alter Rebbe says, there were tens of thousands of new Hasidim. There wasn't the time. It wouldn't be possible for the Alter Rebbe to be able to give everyone the time that they needed. That's one reason the Alter Rebbe gives. And also the Alter Rebbe says, there's another practical benefit to Tanya, which is that when I say something to someone in a meeting, in a private meeting, the person can forget what I told the person or not remember it precisely. But this way in a book, it is written there and it will not be forgotten. So what can we say? Here we are many years later, more than 200 years later. We're very happy that the Alter Rebbe ultimately wrote on the Tanya, this gift that we have until this very day. And the Alter Rebbe says, but relax. The Alter Rebbe says, I'm addressing this Tanya to the people who I know. I know you personally, and therefore I'm making sure that the Tanya is individually tailored to your needs and to your questions. And there's a tradition by Chassidim when the Alter Rebbe says that he knows the reader personally. He wasn't only talking about the Chassidim in his generation, but to the person sitting today in the 21st century reading the Tanya, the Alter Rebbe is saying, I want you to know, I know you, I know your issues, I know the questions that you might have and the issues that you might be having in your service of Hashem, and I need you to trust me on this. The answer to every single one of your questions is going to be here in Tanya. And this is a remarkable statement the Alter Rebbe is making. The Alter Rebbe is saying, yes, I printed a book over here, and it contains the answer to any possible question or any possible issue that a person might have in their service of God. What if someone learns the Tanya, and they have an issue, they have a problem, and they don't find the answer? The Alter Rebbe says, I need you then to take your question to one of the Tanya masters in your city, someone who really understands Tanya well. Present your question to them, and they will show you where the answer to your question is in the Tanya. All this explains why the Alter Rebbe decided to write the Tanya. Why did he decide to publish the Tanya? That we'll find out in tomorrow's Let's Talk Tanya.